Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Scientific Life in Sydney. Maybe you stumbled across my channel by chance, or maybe you are a seasoned subscriber. But I'm glad that you're here today. Now, we haven't caught up in a very long time, so I have loads to tell you guys. So this video is going to be all about my experience as a student here in Sydney, Australia. Some of you might know that I'm here on my student visa and I'm pursuing my master degree here. One of the major challenges that I faced after moving here was finding an accommodation. Although I did book my accommodation right before I came here, landed here in Sydney, but nobody told me
how difficult it would be, and what you see is not exactly what you get.
Today, to solve your problem, I'm teaming up with Amber, which is a student housing portal, to find you the perfect accommodation if you come here as an international student. Now, why I'm suggesting you to go with Amber? Because they have this amazing platform where you can find a variety of student accommodations as per your needs and your budget.
Let me tell you, searching for your dream accommodation has never been easier. With Amber's easy search feature, you can exactly find what you're looking for in just a few clicks. And when it comes to choices, Amber has got you covered. With over 1 million beds to choose from, there is something here for every taste and every budget. You can filter your choice of accommodation as per your university, room type, budget, and much more. Also, if you're wondering about convenience, check. Amber's accommodations are strategically located, making it a breeze to get to those early morning lectures. Here, you can also look at the distance of your accommodation to your university. Now let's talk about safety. It's a top priority here at Amber. Rest assured, all listings are thoroughly verified and equipped with top-notch security measures.
Also, you don't have to worry about going over budget because the prices here on Amber's website are all inclusive, which means they include your bills such as electricity and water.
Also, do not worry about changes. Amber offers a hassle-free experience with a student-friendly change and cancellation policy. And hey, no hidden charges, no surprises. What you see is what you get.
So if you're a student and moving to Australia, don't forget to check the link in the description box down below to find the perfect student accommodation and make the best of your student life here in Australia. So first things first, the university and study experience is very different here in Australia. I'm just going to be comparing it with my study experience back in India, which is my home country. Since the study pattern is very different, it can be very challenging initially because for me, it took approximately 3 months to get hang of it. So the lectures held here are very interactive and you get to have a one-on-one conversation with your professor and the whole class participates. It's a great discussion. It's not like one person talks, another person listens. No, it's very interactive and you will definitely have fun because there are a lot of ideas being exchanged at this moment. Now, assignments here are nothing like we used to do back home because they require a lot of analysis, a lot of research, and a lot of discussion with the professor as well. I feel it's a great way because it helps you grasp the concept better and you also end up learning things outside of your topic as well. For example, your lecturer is teaching you a topic and you're expected to write a research report on that, which involves reading and researching. So you end up reading a lot of journals, a lot of books, a lot of articles, and you talk to people. Sometimes you even have to do a market research, market survey, which is like very interesting because you get to know so much. Now, there are times when you're going to be feeling very overwhelmed because there's uni assignments, there's the part-time job, you have to cook, clean, do laundry, keep yourself alive. But this is when it's very important to take part in social activities as well and have a proper social life. Australia is fantastic when it comes to outdoors because they have amazing beaches here and amazing hikes as well. It's very important to take a break and it's nice to have a group and go out with your friends for a beach or to the beach or for a hike or just go around, take a walk around the park, have a coffee because the parks here are beautiful. There's a lot of open spaces and I'm sure you're going to enjoy yourself very much. Now, apart from going out with friends, it's very important to be taking part in university activities. Universities here arrange a lot of activities and have a lot of clubs. For example, they have the book club or any kind of engineering club, robotics club. You can even start a club if you're interested and you're passionate about something. And it's a great way to meet people with similar interests and likes. It helps you grow your network as well. You end up meeting so many people from your industry as well. And it's overall a very good experience. When you take part in campus events and activities, you have a lot of exposure and you gain practical experience in budgeting, networking, managing logistics, and Communications is so much more to it. Managing your time effectively is very important because you are juggling so many activities all by yourself and you have to be really smart about it. How I like to do is I usually meal plan in advance and I know what I'm going to be eating for breakfast, lunch and dinner for the next couple of days so that I don't have to cook every day. Since I'm pursuing my master's degree, I usually have classes 2 days a week and it's usually a 3-hour class. Usually in the evenings, so that way I get the whole morning to do any kind of pre-work or any kind of reading that I need to do before class. I also get time to work on my assignments, that way I do not delegate or procrastinate, and that way I do not have too much pressure building up during the deadlines. Before I moved to Australia, I was very excited about the idea of being completely independent, and I still am. There is something incredibly empowering about doing things your way because you have the freedom to choose whatever you want to do, whether it's exploring the city or tackling those daunting assignments or looking for a part-time job. It's all yours. As an international student, you're going to be having a lot of things on your plate. That's why it's very important for you to find a nice space which you call home, where you can just relax and rewind after a long day. When I came to Sydney, it took me around 3 weeks to find a part-time job. I initially started working as a front staff in a fast food chain. Now, since I had never worked in fast food before in my life ever, the first few weeks were really tiring because you're on your feet all day and you are running about taking orders and it's very hectic initially. It was a great experience for me because I could develop my communication skills because I talked to a lot of customers every day and I picked up a lot of Australian slang as well. After which I worked as an analyst at a consulting firm and it was a part-time role as well. My advice to you is that when you come to Australia, make sure your resume is up to date and you are very active on LinkedIn because everything works on networking and references here. If you have friends here who are working, then feel free to ask them to forward your resume or to refer you to places of work. When I came here, I had no one, no friends, but I just walked in and that's the time. It was just after COVID, people were hiring, so I just got hired. I just got lucky in that case. But right now the scenario is completely different. It's a bit difficult to find a proper job out there. I'm not going to say it's too difficult, but yes, it can be challenging. Now, if you're interested to find more about part-time jobs and the wages, I could do a short video on that as well. So comment down below if you want to see some content on that. Now, a lot of students think they can arrange for their tuition fees while working part-time here in Australia, but it's very difficult because the tuition fees are very high and I pay my fees quarterly. For example, I pay my fees every 10 weeks and it's around $8,500 that I pay for 2 units. It's very expensive and there's no way I can save for $8,500 in like 10 weeks. Overall, it's very difficult to save anything over and beyond because the cost of living is so high. Plus, you are only working 48 hours a fortnight. Because as a student visa, it's a condition that you have to follow that you are allowed to only work for 48 hours a fortnight. I personally believe that this is a good arrangement because that way you can focus on your studies and also have a nice social life. Well, this was just a small input of how my life has been going so far here in Australia, and if you like the content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and drop a comment if you would like to see more such similar videos. And if you're a student and coming to Australia, don't worry about your accommodation. Just go in the description box below and check out my link to find your dream accommodation here. Until the next video, bye-bye.